crypto pig locked in this magical universe, and I'm gonna huff, and I'm gonna puff, and I'm gonna blow the criminal gangster cartel out of the water that has locked me in here and fleece heisted and shysted you and walked away with all the fucking money. And we're gonna take them out one step at a time as I figure out how to get out of this vortex of hell. So it's called crypto investing, and we're here with this pre-bowling league night update, where you can see on-chain data shows Bitcoin whales dumping Bitcoin below 19,000. On-chain data shows Bitcoin exchange whale ratio spiked up just before the crypto plunged below 19,000 level. Bitcoin exchange whale ratio breached 90% right before the price dipped. At this point, as pointed out by analysis in Crypto Quanta post, the whale activity on exchanges has been raised recently. The exchange is an indicator that measures the ratio between the top 10 inflow transactions to exchanges and the total exchange inflows. The 10 biggest transfers are assumed to be from the whales sloshing around the fund, so that the metric tells us what part of the total number of coins moving into exchanges is coming from these harmonious holders. When the value of these indicator is high, it means a large part of the inflows is coming from whales right now. Such trends can be a sign of dumping from the cohort and can be therefore bearish for the price. As we know, we're in a bear market. Historically, the metric has usually had values above 0.85 during bear markets or fake bulls, while it has generally remained below its threshold during bull run. As you can see in the above chart, the Bitcoin exchange whale ratio up yesterday and hit a value of 0.9, implying that the whales contributed 90% of the inflows to exchanges, right? So that's something we're watching. The whales, as they dump and as they buy, can be leading indicators on where the overall crypto and Bitcoin market's going. And if we take a look here for my lovely subscriber, XRP Sniper, who loves his AGIX and some REVAIN coins, we'll look at the AGIX price. It has done absolutely nothing since yesterday, or did it pump? September. Oh, would you look at that, XRP Sniper? I don't know how to pronounce your other name that you're using, so I just refer to you. And that's the first name I knew you as a couple of years ago by XRP Sniper. So that is your name on my channel. If you don't like it, I'm extremely sorry, but I happen to like the XRP Sniper. I think that's a really cool name. But you can see when we were talking yesterday, if it could hold the bottom part, where would it come up to? Right up to the top part of this upper resistance in the blue support zone. And would you look at that? It actually did that overnight last night or this morning sometime, and now it's dumped back down to the moving averages. And what you would want to see to remain this bullish now, if we zoom in to the 2-hour time frame, you would want to see it hold these moving averages right now. Hold the moving averages and then start an uptrend and breach this old high right here from earlier today, and that would be bullish. If it breaks the moving averages and starts to straddle this, that could be telling you that she's about to dump and come down to this lower support at 0.02950. So that's what I'm currently watching out for in AGIX, right? Because you can see last time it did that, it came, it came down right here, couldn't hold the moving averages, and then straddled it and then hit support. But I have a sneaky feeling if it dips below these moving averages again, it's going to end up coming down here. So that's what I'm watching out for. If you want this little push to remain bullish, you got to hold these short-term and medium-term moving averages and long-term in the 2-hour time frame down there, right? So that's what I'm watching out for closely. And you can see REVAIN, or RAVE, is still holding this 0.00855563, and you need to hold that to remain bullish, because if you dip down below here, as we zoom out to the the daily time frame, you can see that would be coming into almost price discovery, where the only other support, if you breach where you're at now, before you're in price discovery, we love price discovery on the pumping side, but when it's bearish, price discovery can be very dangerous, right? Because you don't know where the price is going. But if you breach this area, your last area of where buyers could be to hold the price up would be what on this chart, in the REVAIN Tether chart here on TradingView, would be an all-time low matching, and that would be 75212, and that would be where the buyers would have to come in, or a big dump in the price discovery, and who knows how deep it could go, right? So that's what I'm watching out for there. Oh, Shiba coin. People like Shiba too. We haven't talked about Shiba Inu recently, but you can see Shiba Inu when it had a pump off the orange support zone, and you can see how right here, the volume indicator, see that candle? But if you got above that candle, very little volume, but the volume starts to stack up. So that means if you break that area like it did right there, you can pump up really quickly until you start to get into this blue area, because look at all that trading, how it sticks itself out like a sore thumb. But in this area, the price can zoop right through like it did there, and then look what happened when you dump. See that? See how it pumped up through this area, the volume area right there on the way up, this whole area right there. But look what happened when it came down. It dumped right back through there. You see that? Dumped, pumped through that area right there in white, because there's very little volume there, but it starts to stack up quickly as you work your way up here. And now as you see on the way down, when it pumped up right here, notice how we breached this area. If we zoom in, not the minute time frame, but the hour time frame, you can see as it stacked itself up as we loading, enhance, enhance, enhance. Would you just enhance the fucking picture, please? If you know what that's from, please comment down below. And you might win commenter of the week, right? But you can see, notice how on the way up, as soon as we were struggling right here, but as soon as we breached that with a little bit of volume, notice how quick it came up, because that volume area, it was all thinly traded, so the price gets pumped. But as we started to finally get into some heavier trading, until you got up here, it got quickly rejected, came back down, and now it's straddling that lower support again. And what I'm watching out for strategically is, if you can't hold this level that you're at now, you're going to trade right back down to this 0.000739 into Shiba. But if you can hold this as support, you can pump all the way up into here. A bunch of zeros, 2381. So that's what I'm watching out for there. I got to get into this bowling alley here in a minute, because it is League Night Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to try to continue our hot streak that we've been on here, as we bowled a 638 last week, or 639, which is about 212-ish, 213 a game. So we're going to try to improve on that as we work our way into this bowling week and League Night. And we're going to end out with XRP. And hopefully this will upload. Sometimes when I'm at the bowling alley right here, it's got a horrible signal, so we'll see how that goes. You can see XRP, though, did bounce beautifully off of this area right here, the bottom part of the top part of this red support zone. As we went over earlier, we got supported there a bunch of times, right? When you're coming down into it from up top, it acts as support, because that's the major volume area indicator, and that's where all the trading is. If you're above it, you can try to bounce bullish. If you're below it, you're going to try to get rejected to the bearish side. And right now what you want to see is you sneak above this 200-day moving average, stay above that level right there, start to consolidate in a bullish fashion. As you can see, the volume declining as the price is rising. I don't like that. But if you can get some volume to start pumping back in there, you could try to make a run up to this 37 cents. But the way the crypto market is, I think this is going to come back down like that, and then have to make up its mind. And if it does that, it's more likely to come down to the 0.2101. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing, as I remind you that the college football season has started, and the defending I don't know if this is recording still, because last time I did that it stopped, but the defending Big Ten champion Michigan Wolverines are off to a 1-0 start, and are starting the sophomore out of California on game 2 against a very inferior, and maybe the worst team in college football this year, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Peace and love to all of you beautiful members of my audience.